start the third term of the M.Sc, and we have to read. There are four chapters in this third term session. The first one is brave hands, and the second one is being kind to animals. Third one is freedom is precious, and the fourth one is never give up. Now today I am going to start the lesson number 13, that is the brave hands. I have already taught this chapter in the offline classes, but today I am going to start once again this chapter. So just open your books, open the lesson number 13 and read the topic. And the name of this lesson is brave hands. So to do a good things, you do not have to wait to grow up. Students, to do a good things, you do not have to wait to grow. Means you can do any good things in any young stage. Means in any time period, you can do any type of good things. You do not have to wait for for doing any good things for any age. You can do good things at a very young age. If you want to help others, you will always find an opportunity to do so. Means if you want to help to others, you will always get an opportunity. What do you mean by opportunity? Opportunity means a chance. You always get a chance for doing any good things. So don't miss that chance, and you can do any good things at any stage of your life. At any moment, you can do something to help your friends, parents, or even any strangers. Strangers means unknown person. Means if you want to help others, you can help, even they are your friends, even they are your parents, even they are your family member or any stranger. You do not need money, but a good heart to help others. Students, you do not need any money for helping others. You do not have to need any money. Only you have to need a good heart for helping to others. Here is the true story of a boy called Hans who saved his town from a certain disaster. Here it is a story of a boy called Hans who saved his village from a certain disaster. Disaster means any apada, any natural apada. Hans was a young school boy. Who was Hans? Hans was a young school boy. He lived with his parents in a small village in Holland. Hans lived with his parents in a small village in Holland. He was a hardworking and a worthy son of his parents. Which type of boy Hans was? Hans was a hard-working and a worthy son of his parents. He used to help his parents at home. Means Hans every day helped his parents at every work at their home. One day he was returning from his school. The way to school was near the sea wall. What happened? One day Hans was returning from his school. The way to school was near the sea wall. Means the way of school was near the sea wall. Suddenly, he heard a sound of trickle of water nearby. What happened? Suddenly, Hans listened the sound of trickle of water nearby. पानी का बहाव उस रास्ते से होल से निकल रहा था. इसकी आवाज हैंस ने सुनी. He became alert. He became alert because people in Holland were always cautious. Cautious means सतर्क रहते हैं वहां के लोग about any possible seepage. Seepage means रिसाव, पानी के रिसाव से in the sea wall. Hans moved towards the sound and found a trickle of water coming through a small hole. Means Hans searching the trickle of water which is flowing from the village, and then he found that a trickle of water coming through a small hole. He knew the pressure of sea water would make the hole bigger in no time. Hans knew that the pressure of water is so much high that within a few minutes, the small hole can become a big change into a bigger hole. He did not know what to do. Hans did not understand what to do. कि क्या करे? He wanted to send the message to his village people. Hans wanted to send the message to his village people. Meanwhile, इसी बीच the hole was becoming bigger. इसी बीच क्या हो गई? The hole was becoming bigger and bigger. Hole धीरे धीरे बढ़ने लगी. And the sea water was gushing in. और sea का water village में घुसने लगा. He inserted his whole hand into the hole to plug it. What happened? Hans inserted his whole hand into the hole to plug the to stop the water seepage of the water. Hans अपने पूरे हैंड को उस वॉल में इंसर्ट कर लिया. It worked and the flow of water stopped. Means it worked and the flow of water stopped. It had already become dark, but nobody happened to pass by through that way. Means it happened becoming dark, but nobody passed from that way. कोई उस रास्ते से गुजरा नहीं. The whole night passed and Hans did not see anyone who could help him. Means the whole night passed, but Hans did not see anyone to pass from that way. But his firm determination to save his village from a disaster kept him in his place. But Hans' firm determination. What is the meaning of firm determination? The meaning of firm determination means दृढ़ संकल्प. हैंस का जो दृढ़ संकल्प उसने लिया था कि मैं अपने विलेज को इस डिजास्टर से बचा कर ही रहूंगा, वो काम आई. एंड he kept him in his place. By morning his body had becoming stiff. Morning पूरी रात बीत गई and the morning his body became stiff with cold and he had fainted. उसकी बॉडी ठंड से कठोर हो गई और he became fainted और वो बेहोश होने लगा. In the early morning, a workman saw Hans lying unconscious with his right hand in the hole in the sea wall. Means full night passed, and in early morning, a workman saw that Hans lying unconscious with his right hand in the hole in the sea wall. कि हैंस का राइट हैंड सी वॉल में इंसर्ट है और वो उसी पॉस्चर में वहां बेहोश पड़ा हुआ है. He understood that Hans was trying to stop the flow of water. Hans understood. Nee, the workman understood that Hans was trying to stop the seepage of the water. He first took out Hans' hand from the hole. The workman first took out the Hans' hand from that hole and filled up the hole with stone and then carried Hans in the arms to his home and filled that wall by the stones and carried Hans to his home. Hans lay in a bed for several days. Means Hans lay in his bed for several days. बहुत दिनों तक Hans bed पे पड़ा रहा. And when he recovered, he cried out in a feeble voice. And when he recovered, जब वो ठीक हुआ, he cried out in a feeble voice. Feeble voice means कमजोर आवाज में. Please God, send someone to help me. I cannot leave this place. Please God, please send someone to help me. I cannot leave this place. मैं इस place को छोड़कर नहीं जा सकता. The doctor said, don't worry my brave little boy. The sea wall has become repaired. The doctor said, कि don't worry my brave little boy. The sea wall has become repaired. Sea wall ठीक हो चुकी है. In another few weeks, Hans recovered completely. In another few weeks, Hans recovered completely. Hans पूरी तरह ठीक हो गया. He became the hero of his village. और वो अपने village का hero बन गया. The people of that village came and thanked Hans that you risked your life to save our village. The people of that village told to Hans that you risked your life for saving our village. We shall never forget this kind act of yours. We shall never forget. हम सब तुम्हारे इस एक्ट ऑफ ब्रेवरी को कभी नहीं भुला सकते. We only wish that all children should grow up like you, to be ready to sacrifice their lives of their country. कि we will wish that like you our children also grow and they also sacrifice their lives for saving their country. And what is the thought of this day? It is good to live for one's country, but better to help one's country live. किसी कंट्री में रहना तो अच्छी बात है, पर उससे भी अच्छी बात है उस कंट्री के लिए कुछ करना. So the student, today we have finished this chapter, and one more small chapter I am going to start, and that is the name of this chapter is lesson 14, being kind to animals. Being kind to this is our lesson number 14, and it is a very small chapter, and this chapter is based on the value of kindness, to teach you the value of kindness. So today we will start, and today we will finish this chapter also. Read the sentence written in the bubbles, select the thing that you do. Then count the total number of star you get. These are few questions given here, and you have to reply that question. If your answer is yes, so you will get the 10 star if your answer is correct. If your answer is wrong, then you will lose the 10 star. And it is given on this page number 40. For losing, you will get the 10 star. Sorry, for winning, you will get the 10 star, and for losing, you will not get the 10 star. You will lose the 10 stars. Okay. The first question is given here. If you see some children throwing stones at animals, would you stop them? If you see some children throwing stones at animals, would you stop them? क्या आप उसे रोकोगे? अगर कोई कुछ बच्चे कुछ एनिमल्स पे स्टोन्स थ्रो कर रहे हैं, तो क्या आप उसे रोकोगे? If yes, then look for box 1. If no, then look for box number 2. If your answer is yes, then you look for box 1. So if your answer is 1, then you will get the 10 star here given. And if your answer is no, then you will lose the 10 star given in the box number 2. So I know your answer will be that box number 1, means you are getting the 10 stars. Now question number 2, if you find a wounded animal or a bird, अगर आप किसी wounded animals या birds को पाते हो जिसकी बॉडी पे कहीं कुछ चोट लगी हो, would you leave it as it is? क्या आप उसे ऐसे ही छोड़ दोगे? If yes, then look for box 2. If your answer is yes, then you will lose the 10 star, and if your answer is no, means if you will save that particular animal, then you will get the 10 star. I know your answer will be the box number 1. So you are getting the 10 star. Now question number 3. If you see a bird's nest in your house, अगर आप अपने हाउस में बर्ड की नेस्ट को देखते हो, would you destroy it? क्या आप उसे डिस्ट्रॉय कर दोगे? If your answer is yes, then look for box 2. अगर आप कर दोगे, then you will lose the 10 star. If you let it be there till the little ones of the bird learn to fly, अगर आप उसे ऐसे ही छोड़ देते हो तब तक जब तक के लिए उसकी बेबी फ्लाई करना ना सीख जाए, then look for box number 1. फिर आपको बॉक्स नंबर 1 यानी you are getting the 10 star. So total 30 stars you are getting, and I know your answer is box number. Your answer is yes. So you are getting that 30 stars. If you drop a piece of bread or chapati on the floor by mistake, would you throw it in the dustbin? If You drop a piece of bread or a chapati on the floor by mistake. अगर आपसे चपाती या bread floor पे गिर जाती है, would you throw it in the dustbin? क्या आप उसे डस्टबिन में फेंक दोगे? If yes, then look for box 2. If your answer is yes, यदि आप throw कर देते हो डस्टबिन में, then you are losing the 10 star. If you keep it on the outer wall of your house, और यदि आप उसे अपने बालकनी पे या फिर आउटर वॉल ऑफ अपने हाउस पे रखते हो फॉर द बर्ड्स to enjoy the snacks, then look for box number 1. Now here you are getting the 40 stars. Next question, do you spread a handful of grains in your lawn or on your terrace every day? Do you spread a handful of grains? कि ग्रेन्स के अनाज के दाने क्या आपने टेरेस पे आप बिखेरते हो बर्ड्स के लिए? इफ यस, then look for box 1. If no, then look for box number 2. So here you are getting the 10 star if your answer is box number 1. So total 50 stars. And the last question is that stray animals eat plastic bags which cause blockage in their intestine. Stray animals eat plastic bags which cause blockage of their intestine. After knowing the bad effect of these plastic, इन plastics के bad effect को जानने के बाद, would you use the plastic bag? Would you still use them? If yes, if your answer is yes, means if you are using the plastic bag again and again, then your answer is box number 2, means you are losing the 10 star. And if you are not using the plastic bag, you are using the paper bag, cloth bags, then you are getting the 10 star, means your answer is box number 1. Now here our all questions are finished and I know you are getting the 50 stars, means now count the number of star you have got. If you get less than 50, you have little compassion for animals. If you are count the stars, if you are getting less than 50, then you have little compassion for the animals. आपका animal से कम compassion है, लगाओ है. If they are between 50 to 60, you have great compassion for animals and you get the certificate of merit. So this chapter also, we have finished this chapter also. Now students, I will send in this chapter, there are no any exercises, no any questions. Only you have to read this prayer and let us read this prayer with me. Better than learning is a loving heart, and to give comfort to one wounded lamb is higher than the wisdom of the schools and greater than the world's philosophies. Means philosophy देने से बेहतर है हम किसी wounded animals की help करें. So by this chapter we have understand कि we also show the kind behavior with the animals and with the birds also.